Around this thing. So who here wants to talk about the president? Woo! Well, too bad. My mom told me if I had anything nice to say, I shouldn't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Well, since when do I listen to my mom? Oh, I should have practiced this one. Hey, Obama, if you really want to stimulate the economy, one thing you might want to try is legalizing hookers and weed. I've never felt more stimulated than I did when I was having sex or doing drugs. Or having sex after I did drugs. Or doing drugs while having sex. I mean, what's the biggest thing you could lose? I mean, you won't get reelected? I got news for you, the Republicans found a black man as well. That's all right, the Republicans don't have anything against black people, they just don't really care much for Muslims. Well, enough about the president. I have a little game I like to play. I'm sure you guys have probably seen these people come around. Mormons, they come door to door. They like to come in and talk to you about their faith and religion. Well, I have a game that I like to play with them that see how fast I can make them believe on their own accord. It's backfired on me a couple of times, but yeah, my wife, she likes to let these people in and talk to them. And well, the first time I was sitting on my couch and I was a little caught off guard, and they come in and they start talking down and sit down there and talk to us. So I decided to reach down underneath the cabinet right there and pull out the bong and start smoking some weed right there in front of them, thinking that ought to scare them off. Boy, I was surprised. Turns out Mormons went to college too. Yeah, that one kind of backfired on me. The dude smoked half my stash, and then he ended up leaving with nothing. And I was like, what the heck, man? That didn't work. The next time they came over, I was still less prepared. I was in the kitchen helping out with my wife, and she let them in. She sat down on the couch. She asked if they'd like something to drink. And they're like, oh, well, we'll just take a glass of ice water. So she yells to me in the living room, or the kitchen from the living room. She's like, hey, hon, could you get these guys a couple glasses of ice water? And always thinking quick like I always do. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll give them a glass of ice water. I'm going, God, and see if I can run them off quick this time. So I'm in the fridge getting some ice, and I thought, oh, I got a great idea. I reached down the vegetable drawer, and I grab a big, large cucumber out, and I slide it down the front of my pants. And I walk up to these two gentlemen and give them their ice water. Here you go, boys. That backfired on me as well. One of the guys ended up looking at me with some hungry eyes and wouldn't stop staring at my crotch. I was like, Jesus, oh, what the heck does it take to get you guys to leave? Well, the third time they ended up coming over and talking to my wife, I was prepared. I had my laptop computer sitting out on my lap. There they were, they walk in, they sit down, they start talking to my wife. So what did I decide to do? Decided to log on to some porn sites and make a bunch of off-color comments. Hey, check out the size of these. Is this against your religion? Because if it is, then, you know, that ended up doing it. They ended up leaving a little quicker that time, but yeah. Well, you know, I do like to read some magazine articles, some nudie magazine articles, because you can't read the pictures, so you have to read the articles. And in one, it was talking about the male G-spot. I was curious, so I figured, you know, what the heck. Oh, at least you're not bi-curious, Arthur. We know where you stand. But anyway, I decided, you know, well, there's got to be something up with this. So last week I'm jerking off in the shower with my finger in my ass, and I realized that as soon as I came, that this guy who wrote this article was awfully wrong. I didn't feel anything like he described. As a matter of fact, I must have felt like my first girlfriend in high school did after the first time we had sex. Disappointed, unfulfilled, and wondering if I didn't just make a mistake. Yeah, I had to leave in the shower that time, feeling a little dirtier than I did when I first got in, and fleeting memories of an uncle that I'm trying to forget. Yeah, I only got a few other jokes. I didn't really come too prepared tonight. One thing I like to do to friends of mine when they're watching movies is I like to mess with them when they're watching a movie. Like I'll come over to their house and be watching a scary movie that I've seen before, and I'll say something like, "Hey, yeah, you seen this movie yet?" "No, we haven't, dude." "Shush." I say, "Dude, when that guy jumps out of the tree, he's really going to scare the crap out of you guys." So the rest of the movie, they're like trees looking at him. They completely miss the rest of the movie, and then they see me the next day. "What dude are you talking about?" "Oh, it must have been another movie." Another thing I like to do is when I'm at a conversation with a person, randomly point at stuff. Because they'll stop talking to you and they'll be looking down like, what? Oh, nothing. Or standing on a street corner looking up. You'd be surprised how many people will track you on that. Well, I really don't have too much stuff tonight, so I'm going to let it be at that, guys. You have a good night. Hope you enjoy the rest of the comics.